Welcome to WNKX for night 2 of the opening round of the region tournament from J.E. Cisco Memorial Gymnasium at Hickman County High School. And last night we saw the Hickman County Lady Bulldogs advance to the semifinals, which will be played at East Hickman High School on Monday, where they will do battle with Summertown. Now, tonight it's the boys' game, their opening round. And it will be your Hickman County Bulldogs doing battle with the Cascade champions. And Ron, it should be a good one.
First round of the region tournament, everything's on the line. Everybody's 0-0. You come up tonight, you show up, you play well, you move on. If you don't, your season's over.
And we thank you all for joining us for this high-stakes game. And we also like to thank our regular season sponsors, but we have a special sponsor who has been taking care of us for last night and tonight as well, the Centerville Church of Christ. They have been sponsoring these opening rounds of the region games. They're the reason we're able to bring you this broadcast right now. So a very special thank you to those kind folks. And we will have a word at halftime from one of their ministers, so stick around for that. But as always, I'm Josh Copley, joined by the coach, Ron Puckett, and it's just a different atmosphere when it's time for postseason basketball.
Well, the region tournaments are just so much fun. You got 8 teams competing for 2 spots in the sub-state. You got to get to the region finals to be able to have that extra game. And if you want to host one more game at home, you have to win the regions. So, it all starts with tonight. Try to show up, play defense, and give yourself the best bet to move on.
Now, Ron, let's talk about the tail of the tape, if you will, the road traveled for both of these teams. The Hickman County Bulldogs last week played the East Hickman Eagles in the semifinal of the district tournament at Lewis County, where they were victorious, and they moved on to the championship game on Saturday, where we saw probably the game of the year, where the Bulldogs defeated Lewis County on the road in the district championship, 57-54, and who could forget the Tim Puckett game-winning 3?
It was quite fun.
And that's certainly putting it lightly. Then looking over at the Cascade side, they struggled a good bit in the district tournament, losing the opening round and then losing the consolation game as well, just like their girls did, but that doesn't make them any less dangerous. They play a very tough district, and they got a lot of good players on the floor.
Well, I wouldn't say that they struggled in the first game. The first game was a knockdown drag-out where they took the number 3 team ranked on Coach T to, a 3-point game. And then it looked like they kind of had a letdown after that when they played Community in the consolation game, got beat by about 20 in that game. So I'm expecting the team to show up tonight that showed up against Summertown. They've got some good guards. They've got some quick guards. Hickman County has a definite size advantage. And what it's going to come down to is Hickman County make them shoot shots over them and then hold them to 1 shot.
And just watching Cascade take their shoot around, they've got a lot of good shooters that I think could pose a certain threat to this Hickman County team. And Cascade, while they are 15-13 on the year for their record, they're riding a 4-game losing streak right now, so maybe they come in with a bit of a chip on their shoulder with something to prove, and there's no better time to do it than the region tournament.
Well, that's what they're going to try. And what the Bulldogs have to do is they have to take the reverse approach to that, and they have to try to come out, play well early, execute early. If they can build, a lead early on, then all of a sudden Cascade begins to think, oh man, we're just in another game we're going to lose. So that's what the Bulldogs are trying to do. And
it is all a mental battle, and the winner of this game will head on to the semifinals on Tuesday, March 3rd, where they will play the winner of Loretto or Riverside, and that game tips off at 7 p.m. tonight as well. So 2 very good games happening side by side.
One of the things you always look for is how your district does a lot of times, because that kind of gives you a feel for how good your district is. If, for example, if you look at our girls last night, we were the only team that won from our girls' side. Riverside lost, East lost, and Lewis County lost. So I'm interested in seeing tonight because Loretto and Summertown are supposed to be 2 pretty solid teams. And I'm interested in seeing how East and Riverside match up with them tonight.
Absolutely. So a lot of fun games to watch. It feels like in the region, every game turns into a must-watch. And we've got under 5 minutes to go until we tip things off from Hickman County High School in the opening round of the region tournament right here on WNKX. And Ron, we talked a bit about Cascade, but now let's talk a bit about these Hickman County Bulldogs. And we know things haven't exactly been easy for them over these last 7 days since the district tournament. They have dealt with a lot of sickness. They weren't able to have their first complete practice until Thursday. So how much of a factor does that play into this game?
Well, anytime you're sick, it plays a huge role. I know Timothy, he got home from the game Saturday, called him Sunday morning because he's been having to live with Roger. And he's like, Dad, I'm not feeling well. I can't go to church today. And then he was pretty much in bed till Thursday morning. Had the flu B. And anytime that you're like that, you're not going to get back in shape with 1 day of practice or anything. So, and there's some other members of the team also that have been kind of fighting that. But, it comes down to this is a do or die game. You come out, you got to focus, give it your all. One thing, the Bulldogs are deep. They've got other guys who can play. So, you might see Coach Dawson tonight if he sees that, some of them getting tired, go a little bit deeper into the bench, and those guys are going to have to be ready to step up and give us minutes like Tinley Davis, Josie Hassel, and Rachel Puckett gave the girls last night.
And for these Hickman County Bulldogs, most of them are dressed out. The only player they will be 100% without will be Carter Goodwin. And Carter proved to be a really talented player this season in his first year with the Bulldogs. So certainly they'll be missing him. But as you said, there's a lot of white jerseys down there ready to prove themselves and to step up on the big stage.
Well, like I said, these games right here, you got to show up, play hard, defense and rebounding will be the key. And that's what I'm looking, these players out here have been through this before. The region tournament, we've had the last 2 years, very successful in the region tournament. And so, they're looking to come out here and kind of impose their will early in a home game.
And someone who I'm really excited to watch, and as we know, Cascade, a very offensive-driven team, but Dylan Qualls, the winner of the Defensive Player of the Year for the district, and I think there's going to be a tall order placed upon him tonight to be locked down and be a leader on the defensive side.
I'm interested in seeing how Coach Dawson comes out and plays this game. Cascade has some guys that really like to penetrate, attack the rim. They're not really known for deadly three-point shooting. So it wouldn't surprise me, especially considering the sickness that they've been fighting this week, if we see some more zone tonight.
But it's going to be a fun one, and you won't miss a single second of it right here on WNKX, no matter where you might be viewing it from or listening. So we're going to step away, 1.5 minutes to go until tip-off from J.E. Cisco.
Please God. Dearly Father, thank you so much for this beautiful day that you bless us with. Father, be with each and every player as we play the game of basketball tonight, and let everyone return home safely, Father. Thank you for your son, Jesus, and forgive us for our many sins, Father. In Jesus' name we pray. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The invitation tonight was led by Aiden Weber, and the national anthem was sung by Hickman County High School senior Kinley Bragg. And Ron, it's always a treat when we get to hear young Kinley singing the anthem.
Kinley's done a good job singing the national anthem for many years, both back at the middle school and now at the high school.
I don't think people understand how hard of a song that really is to sing. It's tough.
I wouldn't want to have to get up in front of a crowd and sing it. You wouldn't want me to either.
Me neither, I believe you me. So now it's time for the starting lineups for both of these teams. First, for Cascade, it's number 5, Caleb Kelso. Number 10, Henry Stone. Number 14, Cooper McElroy. Number 15, Ryan Pilkington. And number 25, Tyler Rogers. And for your Hickman County Bulldogs, it's number 1, Dylan Qualls. Number 2, Braden Brown. Number 3, Tim Puckett. Number 4, Will McDonald. And number 25, Tyler McKinnon. And there is no better place to be on a Tennessee Saturday night than inside J.E. Cisco. The crowd continuing to file in, and it is a packed house.
And as you said, there are people still coming in, so good atmosphere. Should be a whole lot of fun.
It's always special when you have to pull out those upper level bleachers as well, knowing that you're going to need all the room you can get. So here we go. Both teams taking the floor. It's McKinnon. It's Pilkington at the HC logo. And we're about ready to tip things off on WNKX. It's the champions. It's the Bulldogs. It's the region tournament. And away we go. McKinnon tips it into the hands of Tim Puckett. Puckett hands left to Qualls, who gives way to Brown.
Little matching man-to-man switching action.
McKinnon up top, fires right to Puckett. Puckett floats to the corner. It's McDonald. McDonald picks up a dribble. McKinnon high post, gives out to Puckett. Step back, picks up his dribble, goes left to McDonald. Will, nice move, steps through, drives all the way home, missed it. McKinnon tries the touchback, no good. Rebounded by Kelso. Early three from Cascade, missed short. Rebounded by McKinnon. Now
Will was expecting contact, didn't get it.
Now
Comes
Brown
trapping.
traps and has it knocked out of bounds by Cascade.
So that's something we have to be ready for. Their girls did a really good job of that last night. We got to pass out of that trap and then attack it quickly from the other side.
McDonald guarded up top by Stone. Hands left to Brown. Stone staying with him. Bounce pass. Puckett. Deep three. Missed it. Rolls off the front of the rim. And it's going to go out of bounds. That'll be Bulldog basketball. Touched out by the champions. Brown to inbound from the baseline. Looking for somebody. Floats it out to Puckett near the volleyball line. There's Qualls high post. Floats inside to McKinnon. Backing down. Fires to the corner. Nice hops from McDonald to secure the high pass. Will drives again. This layup finds its way to the bottom of the net. And it's the Bulldogs striking first at home. Kelso goes up top. McElroy. Now ball down to the corner with Pilkington. On McKinnon, stepping through. Blocked by McKinnon. Picked up by Qualls. Nice pass to Puckett. Reverse layup. No good. Rebounded by Kelso. Wide open Pilkington. Drives on Qualls. Missed it short. And Brown's got the rebound. And Brown was pursued from behind, and it was knocked out of bounds by Cascade. So, Ron, high octane to start us off.
You know, a couple of good shots. Tim's layup kind of rolled around and spun out. Will had a layup, so I like the shots we're getting early on.
The opportunities are there, and we know the Bulldogs are going to finish eventually. McKinnon, McDonald, open three. It's good. Will McDonald trying to fire up this home crowd early. There's Kelso. Dishes out. Some ball movement. Deep three on the way. Cascade can't answer back. It was McElroy that tried the shot. And McDonald might have a lane, but gets cut off and fires. Puckett, open three in the corner. Again, rolls off the front half of the rim and rebounded by Cascade. Kelso thought about a three. Dishes right. Driving in. Other corner. Three on the way. Missed it. Rebounded by McKinnon, but it's Pilkington in there to force the jump ball. The three ball was attempted by Tyler Rogers right in front of the Hickman County bench. And we've got an early timeout taken by the champions. So 5-0 Hickman County leads, and so far it's been all Will McDonald.
We've gotten good shots. Both of Tim's threes just kind of hit the front of the rim. They were dead straight. That's something he'll have to work on with his legs. Defensively, though, we've been able to hold him to one shot and get the rebound. Tyler right there got that rebound. A little bit lazy. He was trying to throw an outlet pass, and they tied him up from behind.
But we've seen this Cascade team does not give up easily on any plays. They've been in hot pursuit all around the floor trying to secure those second chance opportunities.
They play aggressive, a lot of traps, and that's something we got to be ready for.
It'll be Cascade ball out of the timeout. High post. And dribbles back up top does McElroy. He'll give over left to Kelso. And now they're going to run the offense. Pilkington gives Kelso. He fires from three. Over the outstretched arm of Braden Brown, and he sinks it for Cascade's first points of the night. Brown picks up his dribble and pass looking for Qualls. Knocked away. Cascade fast break. And an easy two for the champions. That just shows how fast this Cascade team can turn things around. 5-5, 4:38 left in the first. Brown working his way down the floor. Hook pass to McDonald. Fires over to Qualls at the left wing. Qualls wants to drive. Spins. McKinnon takes it up. Missed it short. Well contested. McDonald tries to put back. No good. Tipped out into the hands of Puckett.
They're
There's
not calling
Brown.
fouls. It's physical, so we've got to be ready for that.
So now Puckett just tries to slow it down a little bit. Guarded by Rogers at the left wing. Dish inside to Qualls. One-handed snag. Touches it up. Missed it. Still being tipped around, and a foul called against Cascade. I believe they got number 25, Tyler Rogers.
Yeah, he was climbing Dylan's back trying to get that rebound.
Number 3, Noah Watson checking into the game for Cascade. He replaces number 15, Ryan Pilkington.
Gonna have to do a better job.
McDonald fires it out to Qualls. Puckett. McDonald, corner three, wide open look. Missed it short, and Brown somehow gets the offensive board. Great effort. Qualls inside to McKinnon. There's Tim Puckett for the three ball, and this one's nothing but net. An early bullseye for Puckett. Kelso driving back the other way, quick fade away, missed it long. It's loose. McKinnon secures it and gets it to Qualls. Again, Cascade there on the trap. Got to watch that 10-second count, though. A lot of times already melted off. And McDonald puts a little pep in his step.
Now opposite. There we go.
Puckett, corner three. There's another for Timmy.
Great job, Tyler McKinnon right there. Both times just kind of dicing up that zone or that trap zone, realizing somebody's open, taking his time, delivering a good pass.
It's 11-5 Bulldogs, and Brown knocks it out of the hands of Caleb Kelso. And we've got another sub. Kelso subbing out in the game now for the first time. Number 20, Micah Jones for the Champions. He'll be throwing it in on the sideline in front of the Hickman County fan base. Lofts it in to Stone. Stone taps his head, runs the offense, bounce pass to Watson. Guarded by McKinnon. Step back, picks up his dribble, and gives left. Driving inside hands, deep three on the way. Qualls outstretched arm, and it's nothing but net for McElroy. As we've talked about, this Cascade team very good at shooting the basketball. Brown, quick pass to Qualls in the corner. Rogers almost gets the turnover. There's Puckett in the corner, and Puckett's feeling it. His third triple in the first quarter. On the inside, Cascade tries to answer back. This three misses off to the right, and Qualls just lets it harmlessly bounce out of bounds. It'll be Hickman County ball. Yeah, Tim Puckett had the flu earlier this week, mind you. Comes out looking strong, looking healthier than ever. We've got some more subs for Cascade, 10 and 25. Stone and Rogers subbing out. In the game is number 4, Tristan Billings, and Caleb Kelso, number 5, back in the game. Brown getting trapped, looking for help, steps through.
Caught a walk on that step through, kind of drug his back pivot foot.
And that's just great defense from Cascade.
Well, we got to know that trap's going to be there, so we got to have people kind of move up into passing lanes, get good angles to pass up on.
It'll be Kelso throwing it in with 2:09 left in the first quarter, 14-8. Hickman County leads. Gives left at the wing, pump fake, little crossover, spin move. Bounce pass inside, pinpoint underneath, and he lost the handle of it, did Watson, and it's going to go out of bounds. Just great physical defense by McKinnon inside.
Tyler McKinnon's doing exactly what he needs to do, making himself a presence, nothing easy. He got an early block where, the guy had no chance of shooting over him.
And McKinnon will sub out into the game for the first time tonight as Kylan Seal. This is the first sub of the evening by the Dogs.
Somebody middle right there.
McDonald steps through to Seal, gets it back. Still being double teamed. Goes over to Brown, wide open three from the wing, and it's good. It's a three-point party in this first quarter for the Dogs. 5 three-pointers made by Hickman County. Kelso drives, jump stop, lost it, gets it out to his teammate who tries from three. Kicks off the iron, rebounded by Puckett. That was Tristan Billings there on the three attempt. Brown gives left to Qualls. Down to the corner, Puckett says, why not? I'm feeling it, and he hits another. And a timeout taken by Cascade, and it's all Bulldogs with 67 seconds left in the opening quarter.
That's 6 threes that the Bulldogs have hit. Of our 20 points, 18 of them are three-point shots right now. So that's a good way to start. And
as much as we can talk about teams like Cascade and pretty much every other squad from that district, Hickman County's got to be right there in the conversation for best three-point shooting team in the region.
Well, I mean, when we're shooting, you get Will and Tim are two of the premier shooters around. They can score. Braden Brown, the last 4 or 5 games, has started adding himself into that mix. He had 3 really big threes against East in the semifinals. So we've got 3 guys that can stretch that out. And the way that Cascade they're running a run and jump man-to-man press where, they send a guy to trap, and whoever guys goes and if my guy goes and traps Braden, I got to flash to the middle, make myself open, and then we've got a fast break on the other down the floor.
Out of the timeout, we've got 60 seconds left in the first quarter, 20-8. Hickman County leads by 12. Pilkington wants to drive, spins, steps through, and he's fouled by Seal.
Yeah.
That'll be 2 shots for Cascade.
Collins got to recognize that little spin move right there. It's a little different than Hulls from Lewis County. He started right and spun back left. Free throw was way off, though.
Pilkington is the southpaw for Cascade, the lefty. Missed the first, number 2 on the way. This one's up, also off target, rebounded by McDonald. Now Will dribbles up the floor in a hurry.
Can't split that trap.
Trying to drive through, taken away. McDonald tried to get it back.
Got to pass out of that trap.
The pressure just too much, and now Will is called for a foul. Only the second team foul for the Dogs in this first quarter, each team with 2 team fouls. So pretty disciplined opening 8 minutes.
Well, they're letting you play pretty physical. There's been a lot of contact out there, and the referees are like, this is a region game, so you're going to have to play.
Which I don't mind that. Driving inside, dish to Rogers. Goes to Billings. Spins through inside. Steps again, and that'll be a walk.
I'm not going to lie, that looked pretty good. It's not supposed to be a walk until that pivot foot comes back down.
That call there will benefit the Bulldogs. So playing a little monkey in the middle there, trying to break this press. Puckett dribbles up, goes to Qualls in the left corner. Back to Puckett. Floats to Seal, left elbow, and Kelso tried to jump it to knock it away, and a foul is called.
We've got to meet those passes there. We're kind of being lazy, not going and securing the pass strong. We got to know they're going to be coming from behind on every pass.
So 16 seconds left in the first quarter. Brown to throw it in from the baseline, floats it out to Puckett. There's Brown. Brown slowing it down, 10 seconds. Hands off the Qualls.
That's got to be a foul. Oh, no.
And a jump ball. Kelso getting physical, tried to rip it away from Qualls. The arrow will still favor the Dogs.
Almost looked like he just wrapped him up around the waist, was trying to tackle him at the 50-yard line.
Inbound to Seal. Back to Qualls. Trap baseline. Tries the reverse layup, and he's out of bounds. So 1 second on the dot left in the first quarter. Hickman County going to apply some pressure, not wanting to give them any opportunities for a shot. Inbound, Kelso lets it fly. I don't think he got it off, but that was some impressive strength by Caleb Kelso, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Your score, Dogs 20, Champions 8 when we come back.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate these trusted local businesses for making this broadcast possible. We will return in just a moment.
And welcome back to WNKX. We're about to start the second quarter, and it was a first quarter dominated by the Dogs, courtesy of the 3-ball.
I'd like to see us start getting some two-point shots, attack the rim, get some layups. Odds are our three-point shots aren't going to fall at that rate for the rest of the game.
And it will be Cascade with possession to start off the second quarter of play. Brown guarding Kelso, screened by Pilkington. Gives to McElroy, who drives. Pilkington touches it up and in for 2. And again, Cascade showing no signs of letting off this trap. Brown in the corner, fires across the way to Qualls.
Got to go quick.
Brody Worley in the corner, pump fake, takes it himself, his floater no good. Rebounded by the champions.
Those are the shots we haven't been able to hit right now, right there at the rim.
Kelso wants to drive, gets it out to Gullick. Deep 3 on the way, missed by McElroy, rebounded by Brown. Brown fires a bullet. Wide open Tim Puckett. He decides to drive. Dishes out to Brown. What a pass. Brown can't complete it. Puckett knocks it loose, going out of bounds. And what a save attempt by Rogers. McKinnon gives to Worley. To the corner. To Puckett from 3. It's good. And Puckett roars in J.E. Cisco as he hits his 5th 3 of the night. Is that 5?
That's 5.
Goodness gracious. McElroy dishes. Pilkington. There's Gullett up top to Kelso. Backs up near the volleyball line. Brown there with him. Goes left to Rogers. Another pass to McElroy. Back cut, it's Kelso. Backing down Brown. Wants to take it up to the rim. And he's fouled by Brown.
Brown's going to get that. Tyler's got to be in a little better position there. They're trying to run Kelso, is that number 5's name, off a screen, post up Brown. Tyler's got to be down there to give a little bit more help on that. If he'll read that, he can get a steal.
And Kelso misses the first free throw, and promptly Will McDonald subs back in. He takes over for Tim Puckett. Number 10, Henry Stone, back in for Cascade. He replaces number 25, Tyler Rogers. Kelso's second free throw on the way. This one good. 23-11. Hickman County up front with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Brown back to Qualls on the left side. Again to Brown. To Worley in the left corner. Pump fakes a pass to Qualls. Goes to McKinnon, high post. He pulls from 2. Kicks off the right rim. And rebounded by Gullett. There goes Kelso. Has a lane, and he's fouled.
That's going to be 2 fouls on Brown. Kelso's kind of looking to take over the game right now. We got to have some defensive players and help side.
Kelso, a very good ball player, very explosive, very fast with the ball in his hands. Went 50% his last trip and knocks down the first one. Number 3, Noah Watson back in for Cascade. Number 5, Jack Floyd into the game for the first time for the Dogs. He takes over for Braden Brown.
It's going to be key how Jack can handle this run and jump press.
It's a big spotlight for the freshman. Again, the pressure. McDonald steps through, gets it to McKinnon. Back to McDonald. Will steps through, contested layup, no good. Rebounded by Pilkington, and they're pushing it down the floor. Kelso around Floyd. Goes to the corner. Wide open look from 3. Missed it. And McKinnon tries running it down. Kelso attempted a save, but he goes crashing into the Bulldog bench, and it will be Hickman County ball.
Will's attacking, but he's kind of double pumping. If he'll just go straight through the contact, he'll get fouls and go to the foul line.
Floyd to throw it in from the sideline.
Don't go away from that contact.
Back to Floyd. Jack looking to get across midcourt. Pump fakes. Goes to McDonald, walking a tightrope on the sideline.
Got Tyler inside.
McKinnon spins, puts it up, doesn't get it to fall, but he draws a whistle and will take his trip to the free throw line. Number 1 for McKinnon on the way, and he sinks it. And that will be McKinnon's first points of the evening. Floyd and Worley backing up across midcourt just to protect the basket. Missed it. McDonald rebound. His putback is good.
Foul from the opposite side of the floor. That official called that.
So a tough call on McDonald. What could have been an easy 2 points for the Dogs. And that'll be Will's second foul, and Puckett subs back in for him. 5 minutes left in the first half. Kelso. Pump fake, now goes to McElroy from 3. Missed it. Worley tipped it out, and Qualls runs it down. Qualls wants to take it himself high off the backboard. Missed. Pilkington with the rebound. Hands off to Kelso.
Right now, we're better off shooting it from 20 feet instead of 2.
Driving inside, dishes. Pilkington touches it up and is fouled.
One of the things I don't like on our layups is everybody's double pumping and trying to make it look pretty. Just go through the contact and draw the foul.
So after a pretty physical opening quarter where Hickman County only amounted 2 fouls, they're already up to 4 in this second quarter. Pilkington's first free throw kicks off the back iron. And he's looked a little bit shaky at the free throw line.
Yeah.
But plenty of game left to right the ship. He misses that one as well, rebounded by Worley. 24-13, Dogs up by 11. 4.5 to go in the first half. Floyd crosses the logo, goes left, now to Qualls, back to Floyd. Worley at the right wing. Worley goes around to the right, picks it up, fade away. Too strong, tipped around and picked up by the champions. It's Noah Watson. And Floyd got a hand on it. Pilkington saves it. Now it's Kelso. He wants to drive, jump stop, floats it up and in for 2. Cascade trying to chip away at the deficit. And it'll be Jack Floyd bringing it up the floor for the Dogs.
Dogs have to find a way to score at the rim. They need Tyler McKinnon or Dylan Qualls, someone like that to kind of take over.
Or maybe a Tim Puckett 3. Yes, he got another.
They want to keep giving us that. We'll take it, but I have no clue why they're leaving him right now.
Tim Puckett playing out of his mind right now. McElroy. High post, Pilkington. Just shy of the free throw line. Dribbles, spins, hands off, driving all the way for the layup is Noah Watson. Watson hanging down there with Floyd. And Jack dribbles through, goes right in the corner with Worley.
Get it out quick, quick swing.
Back to Floyd. Floyd might want to drive, looks for help, nobody there. Now it's Dylan Qualls. Under 3 minutes to go in the opening half. Dogs by 10, 27-17. Floyd, a little floater, rattles home.
Freshman comes through.
What a play by Jack Floyd. Kelso passes right, driving in is Stone. Hands out to Kelso at the corner. Met by Qualls, goes left, back to Stone. Pilkington coming over for a screen on Floyd. Pass to McElroy, Puckett crashes hard. McElroy dribbles, pulls from the elbow, and splashes it. And a timeout taken by Cascade.
That's his third of the half. He's got 2 remaining.
And that comes with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first half. And if you're just now joining us, welcome to WNKX. I'm Josh Copley, joined by Ron Puckett. It has been a Bulldog 3-point party so far. And Ron, I understand you have some updates for us for games going on around the region.
Yes, I do. Loretta, after 1 quarter, leads Riverside 20-11. And at halftime, Summertown leads East 28-18.
You can never count out those East Hickman boys. They are scrappy until the very end, and Summertown's certainly going to have to keep the foot on the gas if they want to beat the Eagles.
I'd sure like to see East put their foot on the gas and come up and beat them.
And we will try to provide you with more updates as they're made available. Out of the timeout, it will be Bulldog ball. And again, it's Floyd. Kelso hanging with him. Floyd dribbles around Rogers, tries to escape, touches it to Qualls. McKinnon high post. McDonald steps left and a walk. The 3 was off the mark anyway. But it was a good look at first. Cascade crashed hard.
They came at him hard. He kind of took a little jab step. They've called a couple of walks on that, so we kind of need to change our moves right now. Bulldogs switching to a zone here.
Kelso pulls, long two. Rims out, picked up by Qualls. And Floyd goes over to McDonald. McDonald now wants to drive, hands to Puckett. Puckett across the way, coast to coast. Jack Floyd from 3, just off, rebounded by Gullick.
Like I say, let's try to get the ball inside to Tyler or Dylan a little bit more.
There's Stone, guarded by Floyd. Stone directs traffic. Looks for a lane. Bounce pass right to Rogers. Back up to Stone. Stone has the lane, floats it over McKinnon, rattles out. Rogers has his own rebound, looking for help. Gets it to Kelso. He fires from three, and this one's good. So a great effort there by Tyler Rogers to get that second chance opportunity for Kelso. Cascade trails by 7, 29-22.
10 seconds.
And again, that suffocating defensive Cascade not making life easy for the Dogs.
Well, right now, the Dogs are just kind of standing. They're not flashing or cutting or moving, creating angles. They're just standing in one spot, and it makes it easy for Cascade to be able to read the pass. It's like we're giving them a free trap.
And with this hyper-aggressive style of play on defense, we're seeing Cascade sub in a lot, in and out, keeping fresh legs on the floor. It's McElroy. 50 seconds left in the first half. Gives Rogers from three. Missed it. And Qualls snatches
rebound by
the
Dillon.
rebound. Qualls flying down the floor. Has Floyd left. Floyd, little floater. That one's going to miss well short. And Kelso's got the board. Under 30 seconds left. Floyd staying right with Kelso. Quick swing. McElroy from three. This one's good. And he's definitely been the man that Cascades wanted to give opportunities to.
He's their guy. We've got to stop him. We took a quick shot right there. We needed to go for one.
McDonald steps into a three. Kicks off the back iron. Being tipped up. McElroy's got the board. 3 seconds left in the half. Kelso lets it fly and just misses it off to the left. So after a dominant first quarter, Cascade has come back to life in the second. We got a 4-point ball game on WNKX. And when we come back for our halftime break, we're going to hear a word from the Centerville Church of Christ as well as the coach of the Hickman County Lady Bulldogs, Gavin Gordon.
This broadcast of Friday Night Lights on WNKX is brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Hickman Hospital. MLEC and ML Connect, your trusted source for power and broadband. Pizza Hut of Centerville. McDonald Funeral Home and the McDonald Family. Heritage Bank and Trust, and Three Rivers Community Health Group in Lyles. We appreciate
things that we have going on here at the Centerville Church of Christ. We are thankful and privileged.
WNKX, we have our first ever on-screen interview, and we are joined by the head coach of the Hickman County Lady Bulldogs, Gavin Gordon, after a successful opening round win in the region tournament last night. And Ron, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Coach, watching last night, there was two things that really stood out to me, and I'd just like for you to comment on both of them. First off, it wasn't a smooth offensive night. Ava struggled. One person I noticed really stepped up offensively was Bailey Kramer. Talk about her efforts last night and what that meant to the game.
Yeah, it was tremendous. We talked about it all week going in. We just didn't think they had anybody with the size to guard her and how she was going to have to be more aggressive on the offensive end. And I think she showed that last night, not only coming up big down the stretch with some huge drop steps and post moves, but getting the offensive rebound and keeping it high, putting it back in a couple different times. She played a great game. I thought it was one of her better games of the season, and it stuck to the game plan, and it worked.
So, Coach, I believe the elephant in the room is Zoe Chilton. We saw the leg brace she was wearing last night, but she still rose to the occasion multiple times, hit a big three in the corner when you guys were only ahead by one, and she was still playing really physical. So speak to her health and her effort last night.
Yeah, she's a tough kid. She's got a strained MCL right now, but if anybody can play through it, it's Zoe Chilton. She's just mentally and physically tough, pushed through. Definitely, I think, came up big in some moments last night for us. I'm just happy she's tough, to be honest with you. She's going to rest this weekend, get back ready to go on Monday, and I look forward to her just continuing to recover and continue to play hard.
Outside of Zoe and Bailey, who I thought played phenomenally, the other thing that stood out to me was Cascade had a Miss Basketball finalist, who we believe we should have our own Miss Basketball finalist. But I noticed she had 7 free throws last night, and the effort of Haley Tinley and Rachel on her truly frustrated her. There were times, you know, you could see her physically angry. She actually shoved/punched Rachel at one point. And, you know, I felt those three girls did a really, really good job of containing her. Talk about what y'all talked about in practice and y'all, you know, their efforts.
Yeah, we knew we were going to have to game plan for her. She is a Miss Basketball finalist. She's really good at getting to the free throw line, too. So we were just going to try to keep the ball out of her hands the best we could all night. And we knew we would have to do it by committee. Haley did a great job, then got in foul trouble. Rachel came in and did the same thing and really frustrated her. There was a little bit of a foul, I would say, aggressively that wasn't called. And then Tinley came in did a great job. And then you actually read my mind last night and Coach Bentley's mind last night when you were like, man, I think we could switch to Ava because she went in the post. And then we switched and it worked perfectly. I think the defensive game plan was great for that. When you're going to hold a Miss Basketball finalist to 7 points and all of them came off of free throws and nothing from the field, you consider that a win.
Absolutely.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Once again, congratulations on what's been a historic season, first district championship since 2010, and probably the first region game victory in probably close to that amount of time. So it's been a great season. You guys have been a ton of fun to watch, and we're looking forward to see the season keep rolling on Monday against Summertown. So good luck. And folks, that will be it for halftime. We'll be back in a little less than 4 minutes for the second half in J.E. Cisco. And on top of thanking Coach Gordon for that wonderful interview, for him taking the time to be with us, I also want to thank Centerville Church of Christ for sponsoring this region tournament game, and for Carter Hoover, the youth minister at Centerville, for making that wonderful video for us so that you can become a little bit more familiar with him and that organization, that church as a whole. And Ron, we truly do live in a blessed community, and there's a lot to be excited about as far as Hickman County sports goes. Not only do we have tournament basketball being played, baseball season's getting ramped up. We know our baseball dogs scrimmaged Dixon County last night. Their first game of the season is early next week. The softball team's also about to be getting underway as well. The soccer team is starting up. So there's a lot of reasons to be invested in Hickman County sports. So many awesome coaches and players involved in making that possible. But we also know we've got some class of 2025 alumni making waves in the college world. Elisha Puckett and Delta State just clinched the postseason last night with a big-time win. So talk a little bit about Elisha, his first season.
Well, anytime you go into an NCAA Division II basketball program as a freshman, you know you've got your work cut out for you. And Elisha was really blessed this year. He and still has. They've got another game on Monday, first round of the tournament. He came into a situation where he's been able to step in and play some. There's always ups and downs in college. Everybody on the floor can play basketball. So each night your coach is looking for who's hot. Some games he's come out and done really well. He's had a high of 26 this year. Other games he might not score early on. Like last night, he played 4 minutes, but the team still won.
And another class of 2025 Hickman County alum who's been making waves, Emily Copley for the Columbia State Chargers softball team. She led them to a win today. pitching a complete game in East Tennessee with 6 strikeouts, 2 hits, and only 1 walk. So we're really proud of all of our Hickman County students that continue to do so much, not just for our community, but now as they branch out and become adults for those communities that they come into contact with as well.
It's always nice to see Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs succeed at that next level. Right now, we need these Bulldogs to succeed in the 3rd and 4th quarter. We've got to have we got to be able to generate some points around the rim, some easy points. We've hit 2 2-point field goals in the first half. 1 free throw. We just have to attack a little bit better.
And your score 29-25. Hickman County up by 4. They led by double digits at one point. There's Qualls, takes it off the glass, and Ron, to your point, a good start for Hickman County.
That's what we need. Pass to Tyler in the high post, Dylan diving down to the rim, and finish.
Ball in the corner. There's McElroy, close to Pilkington. Backing down Tyler, fires a bullet to the left corner. Stone dribbles inside, over McDonald, tries it off the glass, it's being tipped around, and there's Braden Brown who comes up with it. Brown flies, he has a lane, swatted away by Rogers, but not without contact, and that should send Brown to the line.
Yeah, Braden did a good job. Tim was open in the corner, they kind of cheated toward him, so Braden attacked the rim and got fouled across the wrist as he attacked the rim.
And there are a few guys in the region that can keep up with Braden Brown with his speed. So right there, maybe a little bit of desperation on the foul to prevent the score, and Brown misses the first free throw. Number 2 on the way. This one off the back iron into the hands of Kelso. Kelso might want to drive, dishes, quick passes, Rogers in the left corner. Bounce pass inside, Pilkington, Kelso, corner 3. Missed it well long, and there's Qualls on the rebound. Qualls picks up his dribble.
Can't pick it up there.
And it's knocked out of bounds by Rogers. So it'll stay with the Dogs. Puckett to throw it in, fires to Qualls. Floats inside of McKinnon, a little too strong. Saves it. Qualls wants to drive. A runaway train driving.
Go through it. Go through it.
And it rolls off to the right. McKinnon blocks the pass. Brown jumping it, and
Braden got his 3rd foul right there. Got to be smart.
And there was a lot of contact in there. McKinnon even possibly could have been called. And that will be Brown's 3rd foul of the night. With 6:45 left in the 3rd, 31-25 Dogs.
It's going to be key for Braden to play smart. He's guarding the toughest player on the floor. When he went out the last quarter, Kelso kind of went on a run.
And Pilkington tries to pull up into a 3. Missed it, rebounded by McDonald, and Stone's going to be called for the foul right at McDonald's hip. We got some subs now. Pilkington subbing out for Cascade. Back in is Noah Watson, number 3. Puckett inbounds to Brown. That was the first foul called on Henry Stone tonight. Brown across the logo goes to Qualls. Qualls dribbles left, hands to McDonald. Watson hanging with him. Passes right to Brown. High post with McKinnon. Goes to Brown, corner 3, all the time in the world, and that one kicks off the back of the rim and rebounded by McElroy. Kelso drives, steps into a 3, misses that one long, and it's being ripped out.
Boards.
Rogers stays with it. Pass underneath to Watson. Dribbles back out beyond the arc and hands to McElroy, who drives, has a lane. Blocked by McKinnon, but not without contact, and that'll send McElroy to the free throw line. So, Ron, right now, Caleb Kelso, a great scorer, but his shot's looking a little strong in this 3rd quarter.
Well, normally great scorers adjust. Tim's first 2 shots of the first half look strong, look off too. You know, you don't want to give him those open shots. We've got to challenge them. We got to do a better job playing defense too.
And McElroy goes 2 for 2 at the line. 31-27, Dogs by 4. 5:40 left in the third. Brown guarded by Kelso. So Ron not seeing that trap that was their bread and butter in the first half.
Well, we stayed spread out that time. They didn't have a chance to.
Puckett wants to drive hard. Tries to put up a layup, and it's no good. And there's McElroy. He steps into a deep three, rims out. That's tipped out by Watson.
We've got a rebound. You know, I mean, that's a ball they almost got. Dylan was leaking out to half court there. Tyler just really didn't go after the rebound hard.
Definitely some adjustments needed to be made. And Brown lets it fly like a quarterback into the hands of Qualls, who can't take a shot, but now he spins through. What a move by Qualls, making me eat my words. And what a pass by Brown. Gets it out, Stone top of the key from 3. This one misses. Kelso's got the board.
Another offensive rebound.
Stone wants to drive, and Qualls swats it down. And that'll be a shooting foul committed by the Dogs, again called on McKinnon. So now, Ron, right there, I'm not going to argue that there was contact, but it almost seems like we're seeing less and less physicality being allowed as the game progresses.
A lot of times you see that. One half they call one way, second half, at halftime they talk a little bit, make some adjustments, and you know, as a player you just have to read that, make your own adjustments.
So it's not only the players and coaches that make adjustments. Brown gets trapped, looks for help, and is fouled by Watson. But as evidenced right there, it's going both ways, no partiality at all. Both teams with 3 fouls apiece in this third quarter of play. Qualls inbounds to McKinnon, hands over right to McDonald. McDonald slowing down, passes right to Brown. Brown directing traffic, picks up his dribble. Looking for help, has Qualls underneath. Qualls drives baseline. He might want to go himself, and it's denied.
He got hammered right there. Came straight across his wrist as they were trying to block the shot.
Gives over. Watson swings to Rogers. Back to Kelso. Left side, spin move. Billings. It's Kelso, high post, trying to back down Brown. Gets it out to the corner. And a walk. Noah Watson, the culprit. And a good defensive possession there by the Dogs. Very patient. We've got under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Pass to McKinnon. McDonald, he pulls from 3. This one hit the rim a few times, but missed ultimately. That layup's missed short. Offensive board, fadeaway 2, it's good by Tristan Billings.
I mean, we're just getting beat to the boards every time. We stand and wait for the ball to bounce to us while they're going and getting it.
And Cascade, we got a 2-point game, 33-31, timeout taken by Coach Dawson. So far, through quarters 2 and 3, it seems like Cascade has weathered that early storm. They're just steadily scratching and clawing back into this one.
Well, and what you're seeing right now, they're shadowing Tim, so Tim's not getting open shots now. But the big thing that I see is when they shoot the ball, we don't have 5 guys going and attacking the boards. We've got a couple of guys leaking out to try to get a layup. We got a couple of guys standing and watching, kind of hoping the ball's going to come to us, and we're not going and rebounding. That's going to be the key. They're not hitting the first shot very often. So if we will clear that first rebound like we did in the first quarter we held them to 1 shot. That's going to be the key in this game.
The Cascade has been building momentum. And after facing the deficit they did in the first quarter, what would it mean to their morale, their confidence, if they see that scoreboard tied up?
Well, I mean, right now they're feeling fine. They're within 2 points. You know, they feel like they can come back and win this game.
Hickman County offense has to get something going. Brody Worley back in the game. He replaces Tim Puckett. Kylan Seal in for Tyler McKinnon. Brown drive, steps through, lost it. It's rolling, and Brown hangs with it. McDonald, wide open corner three. Misses short. Qualls rebound, missed it. Put back no good, but second time's the charm.
Good job, Dylan, on the boards. We need Will to get going. We need one of those shots to fall.
Kelso gives, 3-point on the way. It's Billings, and it's good. So they answer right back and get a net gain of 1 point after each possession. Brown drives, looking for help, has Seal, top of the key. Kylan goes left to Brody Worley. Worley drives inside to Seal. McDonald steps through, and a jump ball.
A jump ball. He's got the ball low. He's got the ball low. You got to go through. Kind of like I was talking about yesterday with Ava. They're trying to tie you up low. You've got to move the ball. Change the angle of the ball.
Cascade has not led once in this game. A chance for their first here. Kelso has a lane. Missed it short. Put back good. And one for Caleb Kelso. And Cascade has taken their first lead tonight with 2:10 left in the third. 36-35 and a chance for a 3-point play. Missed it. Qualls tried for the rebound, gets rocked from behind, no call. And Cascade with another chance.
Right now, Cascade wants it a whole lot more than we do.
That's going to be a foul that goes against Cascade. Although, while a lot of their fans might be unhappy, they might have gotten away with one on Dylan Qualls earlier in that same possession. So I think it all balances out. McDonald down the left side, picks up his dribble, is trapped, knocked away, but stays with it. Worley in the corner, fires from three, rims out, rebounded by Rogers, and it's a car accident just outside the paint. So with 1:45 left in the third, that will be the 15th foul on the Dogs, and that'll be free throws for Rogers. So, Ron, at what point do we see maybe Jack Floyd back in the game?
I feel like he's maybe trying to go big here, bring Tim back in for Braden.
And that's exactly what he does. Brown subbing out, Puckett back in.
It's going to be imperative right here that Dylan and Will can handle the pressure.
The second free throw missed, but Qualls battles for the board.
Here comes that trap right in the middle.
Qualls
Kick
will
opposite.
no look past the Seal.
That's a foul right there.
Seal drives, lays it up for two, and we're tied at 37. Kelso immediately going the other way.
Oh, that's a walk.
And a walk. So Kelso, maybe a little frustration with his teammates there.
He was trying to make a pass and his teammate wasn't looking.
So Hickman County looking to capitalize in the final 90 seconds of the third. Puckett, McDonald. Will might want to drive, jump stop, steps through, off the glass, missed, and Qualls goes up over everybody, including Kylan Seal, and gets the putback.
We need that. Dylan's been big. 8 points this quarter.
We've got 60 seconds left. Dogs ahead by 2 in the third quarter. Watson, pass, Kelso, missed.
Dylan's going to get a
and boos rain inside J.E. Cisco. Looked like Qualls there tried to back off, but too late, I suppose.
I think he got him across the top. I think that was probably a foul.
And that's only Dylan's first foul tonight. And Kelso misses the first one. Hickman County will have numbers underneath in the event of a missed free throw. McElroy gives way, and Kelso misses both of them. And who else but Dylan Qualls on the rebound?
Here comes a trap. We got to be ready. We got to have guys moving.
And Qualls tried a little no-look pass to McDonald, and it's going the other way. And he smokes the layup. And Puckett's got it. Trying to slow it down. Trapped in the corner.
Call a timeout. There you go. Good call.
And a timeout taken by Coach Dawson, saving the possession with 34.9 seconds left in the third.
So the Bulldogs have to realize right now they've gone away from the run and jump. They're just setting up in almost a 1-2-2, 2-2-1 full court press, looking for that trap. The last couple of times down the floor, we've had guys run all the way to the other end of the floor and not come back and help. That's what's led to those turnovers.
And Qualls has really relied on that no-look pass, trying to deke the defenders right there. That was a pretty long pass to attempt a fake of that, that.
That's not going to fool anybody when you're talking about a 45, 50-foot pass.
But even with that, Qualls has been playing such a vital part in this second half, keeping the Bulldogs in the lead at least for now. Puckett inbound to McDonald. McDonald picks up his dribble, top of the key, gives left to Worley, and hands to Qualls. 22 seconds left in the third. There's Worley in the corner. Drive, step back, fires top of the key to Puckett. Crashing quickly is Watson. We've got 10 seconds left in the quarter. Fires across Worley. 5 seconds and a foul on Cascade.
They had one to give.
And they're going to get Jackson Gullick his first foul tonight. 4.7 seconds left on the inbound. Qualls. He fires from three. Misses it short. And Kelso gets the rebound. But that brings our quarter to an end. Hickman County leads 39-37. 8 minutes to go to decide who's going to the semifinals in the region tournament. Do you have some more updates for us? Regarding the region tournament scores?
We have a final in Summertown. Summertown BD's 59-36. At Lewis County leads Community 42-35 in the fourth. And my last update on Loretto Riverside was 39-25 at halftime. Loretto was ahead.
All right, so a lot to be looking out for, but all eyes right here on Hickman County.
Actually, Loretta's up 56-40 at the end of the third.
And it's Cascade with the ball. Kelso gives to Stone. Back left to McElroy. Top of the key. He has a lane to drive. Picks up his dribble. Fade away over Qualls, and he knocks it down. And Cooper McElroy, a phenomenal basketball player. McDonald trying to break the pressure. Goes to Qualls. Kelso bites. Inside to McKinnon. Has it ripped out by Rogers.
I would like for them to look for Tim at one point on that. He's been open 2 or 3 times down, and we've missed him.
Looking to inbound. Fires it out to Worley. Worley has a lane. Spins. Puckett. 3. That one rims out. McDonald hustling for it.
Good hustle. It's a good setup by Brody right there.
So McDonald now. Hickman County's showing a bit more physicality, forcing these jump balls. So the arrow goes back to Hickman County after Cascade takes over. Kelso up top. We're all tied at 39. We've played just over a minute in the final quarter. Rogers goes to Pilkington in the corner. Goes back up to McElroy. McElroy bounce pass underneath. It's the lefty. Spin. Kicks it. Stone. Dribbles inside. Little floater. Missed. But Stone gets his own rebound. Goes to Kelso. Corner three misses short. McKinnon's got the board. And a foul called on Cascade. And it will be number 25, Tyler Rogers, committing the first foul of the fourth quarter, his third of the night. Puckett inbounds to Qualls. Qualls trying to get around McElroy. Kelso comes to trap, and he gets it to McKinnon. There's Puckett in the left corner. Screened by McKinnon. Puckett floats over to Worley, opposite wing. Back to McDonald. Stone disrupted it. McDonald somehow stays with it, snatches his own missed shot, and puts it back up for two. Will McDonald just would not be denied. 41-39, Dogs by two. Pilkington wants to drive. Worley knocks it loose, but he stays with it.
Get the foul. Good help side. I thought he was going to get it when it was on the floor.
And Tyler Rogers subbing out for Cascade back in. Number 4, Tristan Billings. Had a big three ball earlier on. Bounce pass in, it's Cascade ball. Billings passes right to Stone. Right elbow, Pilkington. Has it knocked free, stays with it. And he steps through, a little right-handed shot, and this one rattles in. So we heard a lot of Hickman County fans yell walk. Ron, what do you think?
Well, it got knocked away from him, so it wasn't a walk. We just never stayed between him and the goal. We separated.
So we are tied again. Up top, it's Qualls. He wants to drive, steps through, tries to take it himself. Loose ball, Worley from three, missed it, rebounded by Cascade. There goes Kelso, wants to drive on McDonald.
That's a charge right there. Oh.
And a blocking foul on McDonald.
He just lowered into him right there. Will's got to be smart right here. I don't like our offense right now. Our offense is all one-on-one.
That was Will's third foul of the night, and that'll be 2 shots for Caleb Kelso. And he misses that one off to the left. Number 2 up and up. And this one rattles in. He had missed his last 3, but gets this one home. McDonald slowly coming up. And he crosses midcourt to delay the 10-second violation. McKinnon high post. He has a lane. Has it knocked out, but a foul against the champions. And it looks like Braden Brown about to sub back in with 4:39 left in the fourth. Cascade's up by 1, 42-41. That was the first foul called on Cooper McElroy. The third team foul on Cascade. Brody Worley subbing out. Floats it to Qualls, just outside the paint. Might want to take it himself, too much on it. But McKinnon gets the putback and the whistle. And that's going to be an and one for Tyler McKinnon.
Wanted to make sure he called that foul on them and not us.
And that foul is going to go against Ryan Pilkington, his first tonight. The 4th team foul on Cascade. And McKinnon completes the three-point play. So now, any fouls committed by the champions will result in shots for the Dogs. Stone passes left to McElroy. Now goes to Billings. Back to McElroy. Corner, drives, lost it.
Oh, react.
But fortune favors Cascade, and it goes to the hands of Caleb Kelso. Kelso, top of the key. He wants to drive in. Jump stop. Dishes back out to McElroy. Qualls there to greet him. 4 minutes to go in the fourth. McElroy in the corner. Looking to drive. Does. Takes it himself. Blocked by McKinnon. And he bites. An immediate frustration from Tyler McKinnon.
It's going to give him 2 shots.
And no question there, Ron, but McKinnon, well aware.
Well, he reacted. If he hadn't have jumped right there, he couldn't have shot it over him. But Tyler got up in the air.
And McElroy misses the first free throw. The second one's on the way from McElroy. This one, a fortunate roll off the rim. And a timeout will be taken on the floor with 3:51 left in the game. Hickman County leads by 1 point, and this one's going to come down to the wire.
It's going to come down to the wire. What you got to do in this situation right here is you got to get one stop at a time. On offense, you have to take advantage. You have to get good shots every time down. You know, every possession right now is at a premium. So you want to make sure you get good shots. You want to make sure you don't make turnovers that lead to points. And you want to get good stops, hold them to 1 shot, and get the rebound. If you'll do that, you'll probably end up winning the game.
And Hickman County has certainly struggled rebounding in this game. I mean, what do they need to do to fix that?
Well, they got to box out and go for it. They're just, well, like I said, a lot of times we've got 1 or 2 guys leaking out. And all of it, you know, that leaves a 5-on-3 mismatch under the goal, and the other guys are just kind of standing, hoping it bounces in their area. You know, rebounding is all effort. You just go get the ball.
And out of the timeout, it's going to be Bulldog ball. Qualls, McDonald, McKinnon, Brown, and Puckett, the original starting 5 on the floor for Hickman County. And Ron, do you think we'll see Hickman County play pretty aggressive attacking the rim, knowing that Cascade's got 4 fouls? Brown spinning through, looking for help. Has McKinnon top of the key.
Tried to set up a backdoor play for Will
Pass
there.
to McDonald. Will hands back to McKinnon. There's Brown. Kicks to McDonald. And a foul called on Stone. And that'll be 2 shots for McDonald, and we've seen him in this position before. When the Dogs need free throws, it's more often than not been Will McDonald at the line. And free throws are absolutely critical. Will McDonald looking to play a part.
I think that's just 4 fouls. I think they had it wrong. I think it's just 4 fouls.
All right, well, we stand corrected. There will not be free
many
throws.
times Mr. Mayberry makes a mistake.
He's usually automatic. But it still will be dog ball. Bounce pass to McKinnon. And there's going to be a whistle.
I'd love to see us throw a lob right there instead of a bounce pass. They can't jump with Tyler.
Inbound to McDonald in the corner. There's Qualls at the wing. Up top, Puckett pump fakes the 3. Dribbles in, takes the long 2, misses it short, and rebounded by Rogers. They're pushing it down the floor. Stone wants to drive, missed it, and a whistle comes in again, this time against the Bulldogs. That'll be 3 team fouls on the Dogs. That'll be 1 foul on the night for Puckett. That'll be Stone shooting 2, a chance to put his guys ahead with 3:06 left in the game.
Looking for a slick spot, but.
Yep, got to play it safe. Athletic director and assistant coach DJ Key out there taking care of business. We appreciate you, DJ. So Stone, some big free throws incoming. The first one's up, missed it. Hickman County maintains the lead for now. Each team with 4 team fouls. So going forward, we're going to see a lot more free throws. Probably. And the second one, this one rattles in. So we're tied at 44. 3 minutes left. Brown to Puckett. McDonald fires over to Brown. The Cascade crowd trying to put some life into this defense. Brown has to kick it out. Hickman County operating beyond the perimeter, and Rogers knocks it out of bounds, out of the hands of Brown. Brown inbounds to McDonald. Floats it to McKinnon at the elbow. Hands to Puckett from 3. Rims out. Picked up by Rogers. And McElroy's wide open. No one there. And he slams it home to give the champions a 2-point lead. McDonald wants to drive.
It's going to be a walk.
And a walk called on McDonald. And the shot fell, but not without some extra steps and a timeout taken by Coach Dawson.
So right now, you're 2 points down, 2 minutes left. You got to get a stop. Got to get a stop. It's been hard finding a way to score. We've scored 5 points so far this quarter.
Points have certainly been at a premium, but if anybody can rally back when it counts, it's these Hickman County Bulldogs. But it's going to take 110% effort for these last 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Hickman County trails by 2, and they don't have possession of the ball. But they do have the arrow on their side in the event of a jump ball.
They need to find some way to just get a little momentum right now. Defensively, they're in this man-to-man. They're kind of on their heels.
And as it
Cascade's
stands,
going to try to spread it out a little bit, let Kelso attack.
Passes left to McElroy. Brown tried to jump it. McElroy guarded by Clark.
They may try to kill the clock right here.
Looking for help, goes right to Watson. Back to Kelso. Ooh, Kelso lost it. It's a turnover. Puckett to Brown. It's a foot race. Brown gets it to fall. And we're tied at 46. An acrobatic Herculean effort from Braden Brown falling down. Under 90 seconds to go. Kelso up top. Stone to the corner. Open look for Watson. He's got the triple. Cascade answers right back.
We got to go. We don't have time right now. We got to go.
60 seconds to go. Dogs down by 3. McDonald into McKinnon, and it's a turnover. Cascade on the break. And McDonald forces a jump. And that's where having the arrow on your side pays dividends. 48.2 seconds. Dogs down by 3. So here we go, Dogs in possession. There's Brown. 40 seconds. Cascade playing a very tight defense. Nowhere to really go with the ball.
Coach Dawson's got 2 timeouts.
Under 30
25
seconds. Puckett, deep 3. Missed it.
It's going to be a push right there on 10.
And a foul called underneath against Cascade, and that'll be 2 shots. So definitely not Puckett's usual range, but desperate times call for desperate measures.
You got to take that.
And McDonald needs both of these here. Trying to silence the moment, silence the noise. And he's got the first. A big second free throw incoming. And he rattles in both. Timeout by Coach Dawson. 49-48. Cascade leads by 1, 21.3 seconds on the clock. The Cardiac Bulldogs back at it. After last week against Lewis, this week again, it's going to come down to probably the very last shot.
I imagine Coach Dawson is drawing up some kind of trap, some way to try to create a turnover. I'd love to see us go to maybe a 1-3-1 up the top. Cascade's probably not going to try to score. So, you can get a couple of chances for some steals on passes. And the way that Cascade shot free throws, I wouldn't be afraid of fouling.
I would avoid Cooper McElroy. He has been automatic from the line.
Yeah.
And it all comes down to this. And right now, Ron, the crowd's got to get going.
Yeah.
I mean, this is their biggest advantage.
Yep.
Hickman County pressuring. Here we go. And there's McElroy. Looking for help. Hands to Kelso. 15 seconds. Rogers. Back to Kelso. Easy points underneath.
Called the foul out here, I think, before the layup.
So potentially a game-saving play to foul right there. So was the whistle just quiet or was it delayed? I mean, I'm not sure what happened there.
It was loud.
So that should result in free throws for Cascade.
I don't know what they're talking about. It should be two shots. They're asking who the foul was on, maybe.
So they're talking at the scorer's table with.
Or they're talking clock.
Now both teams huddling up just for this little reprieve. And this is big. So it'll be 2 free throws for the champions. And I assume the clock is correct.
Yeah.
And it's Kelso at the line, needing knees. And he misses the first. But now, Ron, if he misses this one, it's rebounded.
You have to get the rebound. You have to attack the rim.
That has plagued Hickman County all night. And he rattles in the second one. Timeout Cascade. They take their last of the game.
You know, if I'm the Bulldogs right here, you try to attack the rim, try to get a layup, and everybody rebounds to put the ball back in. I'm probably not going for a three-point shot at this point. You've got home court advantage. You know, overtime is just as good as, a higher percentage shot and going to overtime is what I would be looking for.
Lewis County thought the same thing, though. I guess it just depends on what the defense is willing to give them.
Well, what I look at right now is we haven't hit any threes in the second half.
A time like now for the first one.
It'd be nice to hit the first one.
Tim Puckett, of course, played the hero last week in the championship game, hit the game-winning 3 in overtime, but also had 2 other buzzer beaters in that game. Hickman County needing another prayer on this final offensive possession, potentially, of the game. These seniors are playing to keep their season alive.
They got to do it now.
And it's got to get loud here in J.E. Cisco for these Hickman County Bulldogs to keep their season alive. 50-48. Cascade by 2. 11.1 seconds on the clock in the fourth quarter. Here we go. Inbounds. We've got 10 seconds. Here comes Brown. McDonald. 3. Missed. It's loose. Puckett. Fade away.
Foul!
Missed the putback. And Cascade's moving on. And no call. And the season is over. Cascade has eliminated the Hickman County Bulldogs from the region tournament 50-48.
Got a good shot, attacked the glass. I'll be interested to look at the replay. When Tim got that rebound right there and shot it, it really looked like he was undercut right there. You probably heard me yelling.
And you know that's got to sting for these seniors. And McDonald had a chance to win it. Top of the key. And it's hard to believe this is real.
Well, you know, that's I really felt like a key in that game was we didn't rebound.
Yeah.
They got a lot of second chance points.
Absolutely.
In the second, third, and fourth quarter, we just did not rebound well. And congratulations to Cascade. They executed. They played well.
So the girls now, all eyes on them on Monday as they head to East Hickman High School to take on Summertown in the semifinals. And man, it just feels like the wind has been sucked out of J.E. Cisco.
Well, it's disappointing. This team had high hopes. Everyone on that team right now, especially those seniors who this is their last game, you know, they're hurting right now. That last game, your high school career is hard. So, you know, but when you look back at the 4 years they've had there, they've been one of the most successful groups to have gone through Hickman County. So, you know, this one will hurt tonight, but in the end, everybody's going to look back and realize the great careers that they had.
Absolutely, and we cannot talk enough about the senior class here for these Hickman County Bulldogs. They are phenomenal, a phenomenal group of guys, tremendous character, great guys on and off the floor, and we cannot be prouder of them here on WNKX. They've been an absolute joy to cover, not just this year, but all of their years going strong here at Hickman County High School. And while you did say it will be disappointing, it will hurt, I think once they give this wound time to heal, they can reflect and be proud of what they've accomplished. 2 state tournament appearances, a bunch of district championships, a bunch of region championships. But at the end of the day, it's the Cascade champions moving on as they avenge their girls team who wasn't able to get the job done last night. So it's a split between Cascade and the Hickman County Bulldogs, but you know, Ron, anything less than going 2-0 on the weekend would have been a disappointment.
That it is.
Hickman County will end the season 18-9. Cascade advances to the semifinals where they will be playing the winner of Loretto or Riverside, which is going to be Loretto. So a district rematch between those two schools, and I'm sure it's going to be a good one on Tuesday night at 7:30.
Lewis and Community are going to overtime.
All right, so Lewis County, they have had some thrilling games over the last 7 days between last Saturday and tonight. But that's going to do it. Not much more I think we can say, except I'm proud to be a Bulldog through and through. I'm so proud to represent this school through the radio station, and WNKX is so proud and so happy to have this partnership, and we're looking for it to continue for many years to come. But the season for us isn't quite over yet. We've got the girls, and we encourage everybody to make the short drive over to Lyles and support these guys on Monday night, these girls, because they're going to need you. Be loud, be proud, be a Bulldog. But until then, for Ron Puckett, I've been Josh Copley. Thank you for watching and or listening, and thank you to our sponsors, especially to the Centerville Church of Christ. Goodbye and good night.